Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Monday motivational thing that I do. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Laura. I run Club Soda. We're the mindful drinking movement. And I set up Club Soda 6 years ago. And I'm now myself 9 years alcohol free. But as you know, in Club Soda, we support you whether you're cutting down, stopping for a bit, or quitting. So all of the advice we give is for all of you. So this week, just on Club Soda, just to let you know, if you're not already joining us, on Wednesday evening, we've got an awesome event which we do with Queers Without Beers, which is our queer meetup. We're doing a rainbow cocktail session with Binary Botanical. We're going to make cocktails along with their mixologist. Do join us for that if you want to. Even if you haven't got the box yet, you can order the box from Wise Bartender. And also, just to let you know, Friday is probably your last chance to order the wine box that we now do for our wine club. So me and Christine Parkinson, who is the most amazing drinks expert in the country, is now doing the wine club with me. So we'll be tasting 4 wines next Monday, and you can order that box from Wise Bartender or find the event on joinclubsoda.com/events. Wines are beginning to improve. We want to introduce you to the best. So let me just have a little chat about what the theme of today is. Hello, everybody who just said hello. Today I just wanted to talk about patience. And more patience with yourself, not necessarily patience with other people, although the two come together. I would always have described myself as one of the most impatient people in the world. I want things to happen immediately. If things didn't go to plan, I would feel very overly upset, disproportionately upset. If people pulled out of things last minute, I would really take them as a personal rejection rather than the fact that shit was going on in their life. And when I was drinking, that probably became more and more pronounced for a couple of reasons, which is that I would be continually impatient with myself for not doing the things I needed to do. So that's a real self-critical thing to begin to do. And then I would feel it would become this cycle of an incredible impatience with myself for having been hungover, not done the thing that I had wanted to do, then feeling a great sense of guilt and shame, and then drinking, and then feeling more impatient with myself. And in fact, what I was doing over time was basically a massive amount of self-hate and self-harm. I was continually putting myself in a position where I wasn't perfect, and so I would drink for not being perfect, and then I'd feel guilt and shame and just keep repeating that cycle. And I can tell you, day after day after day, that really begins to chip away at your morale and your self-esteem and who you are as a person. But it went further than that. I wasn't just then impatient with myself, right? I would continually then be angry with other people. And I'm often angry with other people when I'm upset with myself, and my partner, Yusi, can testify to this. But, you know, when I'm nervous, when I'm upset with what I've done, when I think I've done something wrong, I then can take that out on somebody else and be really impatient with them, which then, of course, is a horrible way to treat somebody else, then makes me also feel guilt and shame. And then that guilt and shame meant that I drank to try and forget about it, and so on. And so it began to also erode my relationship with other people, because you become that person who's always snappy and a bit irritable, and would blame other people when really there was sometimes nothing to blame, or sometimes shit just happened. And so, you know, all in all, over time, repeating that behavior, repeating my response to my impatience and my inability to do things, really created a real, you know, mentally negative space, and also meant that people didn't want to spend time with me. And then in turn, I began to feel that everybody else was horrible and didn't understand who I was, and so on and so on. So the one thing I wanted to talk about today was patience, because I think I have become far more patient as I've got more sober. And I realize that when people pull out of things or cancel things, whilst I might be sad, life happens. People have got other things going on. I had loads of shit going on when I was drinking, and I still have different shit going on now that I'm not. But, sometimes people need to take time for themselves. They need to set some boundaries. They need to sort some stuff that's going on in their life, or they just don't feel like doing something. And it's not a personal slight on me. So I'm far more patient about other people's needs. I'm realizing that it creates an opportunity for me. But I'm also far more patient with myself for not being perfect, for getting things wrong, because that's what people do. We're people, we get things wrong all of the time. For being nervous and when I don't need to be, and all those sorts of things. I've now learned that it's just one of those things. We're all a bit crap at times. There's no such thing as perfect. Sometimes I just can't get something done in the timescale that I want to. Rather than feeling like I'm a complete failure, rather than feeling guilt and shame about it, rather than feeling a great sense of impatience at myself and really ruminating on it, I'm a lot better at letting it go and letting it pass. And then in turn, I'm nicer to other people because I'm less angry with myself. So I'm less likely to take it out on other people. So sometimes when you change your drinking, it's, people want to focus on the fact that they've got a lot more energy and that they want to lose weight and be more fit and active. But hands down, the things that have made the biggest difference to my life are those small things that come along, that ability to be patient, that ability to be kind, that ability to engage with issues that I care about, that ability to let things go that I might have been holding on to, like arguments or feelings, that ability to just live life and to not let stuff get in the way. Of course, by no means it's perfect. I still, have some of those traits, and it takes a long time for your brain to unwire from all of that, but it can happen. And I think for me, those are the biggest gifts. With those in place, with the ability to be rational, the ability to not feel guilt and shame through life in a far better way, and engage with other people and live the life that I want. That's what I want to tell you today. It may be that today you can reflect on some of the things that you hadn't really thought that have changed since you've changed your drinking, or that you would like to change from changing your drinking, that aren't the big, box tick exercises of, fitness, weight, and those sort of things. But instead, think about some of your personality traits that may be developed because of your drinking habit, and see whether those are things that may improve, or think back and see if they are the things that have improved now you've changed your relationship with alcohol. Do keep connecting with us if you want to know more. We've got articles about everything. We've been writing stuff, several times a week for 6 years. So go and look at our blog on joinclubsoda.com. If you want some support and help, then do join our courses and connect with Dru at our weekly breathing space. But otherwise, I want you all to have a great week, regardless of the weather, if your weather is anything like it is in London, and be patient with yourself. That's my important message for you today. Cool. Thank you very much. End podcast.